What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We have another design idea video, and I want to be realistic here. I feel like you guys, maybe your islands are close to being completed. Maybe you have a bunch of cool things already on your island. So this video is going to be specific to making your island look like you're a pro, okay? We're just enhancing the islands instead of like creating giant ideas for your island. So with that being said, let's get to the first idea. Again, the whole theme is just to enhance today, okay? And also we're going to be starting the first pattern of the day, might be the best pattern of 2021. I'll be that bold because I am in love with it. So let's continue walking this way, and you probably see it right now. So these patterns right here are basically like ledges that you can put around your island, and I think this pattern is so effective. I'll of course put the code on the screen for you right now. Now there is one thing to note about this code, and that is that there are a bunch of different colored customizations. So in my island right now, I am in June, okay? So let me just see which one I got. So obviously the codes are in Japanese, but they are listed by numbers, and the numbers correlate to the color of grass that you use. So I am right now using code 4, and this is what the grass looks like. I believe this is the summer grass variant. So just be mindful. Obviously, the cool thing about that is that this person has made designs so you can keep them on your island for every season. There's a snow one, there's a fall one. So very cool there. And like I said, these are like artificial levels on your island that you can make. Now this obviously reminds me of the museum. If you've ever been in the bug side of the museum, there's different levels of terraforming, and it's a shame that we can't do it in our islands, but I feel like this is a good substitute. So I'm actually going to go over to the left side, and we're going to play around with this a little bit. All right, so this is a perfect example of where you would use something like this. The pattern is really great, but it's kind of challenging where exactly to use it. So I'm going to pick up some of these items here, and we're going to get to work. This is just a little section on my island that is kind of boring. And after a while, you can't really put trees and bushes everywhere all the time. So we're going to get this out, and we're going to experiment with this. Again, I'm using the number 4, and I am in June, I believe. Yes, June 3rd. Okay. So let's put this down, and all we're going to do here is there's essentially 3 pieces, okay? There's a left, a middle, a right, and there's also, well, there's 4 pieces because there's a single piece that you can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the middle here. And there's really no right or wrong way. You can make these as long or as short as you want. So I'm just going to do that. And already you start to see the illusion. I think it really enhances when you put like the second part down. So let's do that. And they're just like little steps on your island. And I feel like some of the illusions in this game don't really work out the way that you want, but these I feel like work pretty well. So let's use the single piece just to show you. I like to kind of stagger them in sort of a diagonal way. And as you can see, we have like different levels on the island. You can further enhance it with bushes or flowers, which of course I don't have. But let me know what you think in the comment section. This is pretty endless. I would, do them like staggered here. You can kind of play around with the lengths and stuff. But let me know what you think of these artificial cliff ledges, because I really love them. All right, so the second pattern I'm going to put on the screen for you. Now, this is enhancing Nintendo's custom patterns. So this is, again, another illusion because we are making steps as illusions. And for Animal Crossing, there's a fine line between illusions working and illusions not working. But this is one of the good ones. So again, like the last custom pattern, you are going to want to look very carefully because these are customized based on which Nintendo pattern you are using. So I guess I'm using like 1 and 2. I mean, these are obviously in Japanese. So I am using the stone variants, okay? So this is how you use it. So basically, we're going to put down a little patch of the Nintendo paths. And you need 2 pieces out of here. So you have the double piece and the single piece. You have to start with the single piece. Now, this single piece is going to go on the pattern that Nintendo gives you. So we're basically just kind of rounding off the edges, making it look a little bit more organic, things like that. And then you're going to go to the double steps, and the grass is going to do the work for you. So you're just going to put it right over there. And check this out. This is just a cool way to to maybe like transition your paths better, because the Nintendo ones are a bit harsh. Now, the thing about this pattern, and you know, you kind of have to enhance it a bit more. Obviously, we're going to zoom into the right and the left sides because they're very harsh edges. Now, you can combat this with a couple of items. I'm just going to use hedges today, but you can also plant bushes. So let's go to the hedging. Now, you can try different ways. I've seen like bushes are a good way to kind of fix the edges here. And this part's up to you. I'm just giving the patterns to kind of enhance the Nintendo pattern, but you can kind of do whatever you want here. Make it good, but I think this is a nice start at least. This looks awful though, Jesus. But this is a good start to kind of, you know, further develop your island, and it's just something interesting that you can add. All right, so this next illusion pattern is actually similar to the first one that we showed, except it's more of like a rock variant. So this is very effective for like what we showed before, like the different elevations. This one is used more for steps. So this would be like in place of an incline if you used all your incline spots. So again, this is a 3-piece pattern. You can just use the middle ones and line the sides with hedging like you see here. But I think I'm going to stick to the 3 pieces and just kind of show you what these look like. So let's start with the left. And these are just so cool. I mean, I feel like this is definitely a newer trend that people are doing on their islands. Maybe this started because people have used all of their incline spots, but I just think that this is really, really cool to kind of like emulate stairs in a way without it being so harsh. All right, so let's just do these here. And these are going to be 3-piece patterns. And you could put bushes on the side. You can put, you know, some more like little single path patterns right here. But you're starting to see that we have like step illusions. You're definitely going to have to be careful of like where you put them on your island, because I don't think they're always effective. But I really like these, especially like the little grass details on the side. I like these. So we'll put these here. And this is kind of like what this pattern looks like. And you can kind of see the illusion of steps. Now you can also stagger this like we did with the first one. And you could use this as elevation. Maybe you have a different theme that instead of the dirt variants, you can use these stone variants. Let me know what you think of these, because I think these are super creative and I really like these. All right, getting away from illusions now, we have a couple more design ideas for you. So again, we are going to do these like structures that are still in trend. I feel like we're doing a lot of like camper ones. This one is going to be a garden shed. So all of the patterns you're going to need are from this creator code, which is now on the screen. So we have the roof patterns, we have the panel patterns. Everything you need is in this design code, which is amazing. So let's get these out first. So we have the 2 stalls decorated with the green pattern, which is called green roof, oddly enough. And then we have these 4 patterns here. So you're going to need the brown garden shed, brown garden shed, and brown garden shed in this order. Okay, so let's put these out. Put that one first. Put this one. And this is just a cool way to fill some space. I feel like a lot of people have sort of foresty islands. So this is really good in someone's yard. Yeah, you could have a lot of fun with this. So basically, we put these little cutouts down, and then we're going to push them directly in front of the stalls. Let's jump ahead to see how that looks. All right, so we have a very high quality pattern right here, and I love these. I love making structures on the island. Another cool thing to do, and I feel like some people miss out on, is just enhancing the windows. So like you can add some dropped items in here, put like little plants or like little starters like I did there. Also, there is another code that I'm not going to show, but we have this hanging planter pattern, which is in the custom design, the code that I showed you. And basically all you would do with that is customize that on a simple panel and actually put it behind this right here. And then when you look through the windows, you can actually see that hanging plant thing. I personally like to put actual items in here, but that's just something that the creator did. I saw that on their socials. So yeah, let me know what you think of the garden shed. I think it's a really cute touch. Put a lot of trees, a lot of bushes near it, maybe even a little garden. And I think this could be really cute on your island. All right, last but not least, I wanted to show you this, one of my favorite design ideas currently in Animal Crossing. This is a little bit of an older idea, but I think I've never covered this, so I wanted to. And this is a tunnel, okay? Now, all you need for this are at least like 3 arches of any kind. There's a bunch of arches in the game. Some cool ones would be these stone arches. Also the fall or autumn arches are really cool. And then you, of course, need a bunch of trees. So we're going to recreate this tunnel. I think it is amazing. So I'm going to fast forward and jump over to the area and let's start building. All right, so to make the tunnel, we are going to start off by planting trees, okay? So we're going to dig like this. Now you're going to only want to leave 1 spot in between. And then you're going to skip a spot and then dig another tree. So we're just going to skip one. And this is going to be relatively like a small one, but I think it's still going to be effective. So let's do that. Okay, right there. Now what we're going to do is I am going to, and this depends on really the arch that you're doing. So my island is primarily jungle, so I'm going to be doing a jungle tunnel. So I'm going to be planting these bamboo shoots. And don't worry, we're going to fast forward so you guys can see the finished product. I mean, it's going to look a lot like the one that we just were in, but let's plant these. So, and of course you can make this as long as you want. And honestly, the longer the tunnel, I think the cooler the effect that it is, because you're just like, you feel like you're in a tunnel. I think that's the most effective thing in here. Okay, so we planted the 6 trees. Now what we're going to do is we need, of course, the arches. So I have 3 stone arches already made. So we're going to plant them in between. Now don't worry, the trees will come through. So we're going to do another arch, and you kind of have to play with it a little bit. Perfect. And then let's do another arch in the back. Yeah, I've seen tunnels that are huge in this game. The next step, and this is kind of optional, you don't really have to do this, again, depending on which theme that you're doing. I'm going to put a single path in between. So let's just start this here. And it's very, I mean, it's just a minor detail. It all depends on like what you're doing too with your tunnel. Like, is it part of your path? Is it leading into something else? It's all up to you. All right, so we have our single path going all the way through. We have our arches, we have our trees. Let's skip 4 days, and this is going to be an amazing tunnel. All right, so it's 4 days later. We are going to check out the tunnel over here. Now all the trees should be grown, and look at that. Oh my God. Of course we have a rock that ruins everything. Can we even get in here? Of course we can. So this is pretty cool, and I find it cool that you can like customize it as well. So if you wanted to do the fall arches and like cedar trees, you could do that. If you wanted to do the beach or mermaid arches with palm trees, you could do that too. But just remember the spacing. There needs to be like a blank space in between, and then you skip every other spot. But let me know what you think of the tunnel idea. I think it's really cool. All right, so that is going to be it. I feel like the last pattern I want to show you is my new favorite fan pattern. This is supposed to look like the lollipops that are in Animal Crossing. So I just thought this was cute. I'll put it on the screen for you just to end it off. Thank you guys again for watching the video, and let me know in the comments which pattern you will be using. Again, these are to enhance your island. Maybe you want a tunnel somewhere. Maybe you want to do that awesome like brick that works with the Nintendo patterns. Or my personal favorite was the cliff ledges that we showed first. Either way, guys, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Peace out.